Let me just admit that I'm very jealous of the ladies that I'll be introducing to you right now. Beautiful, talented, and one of them actually lives permanently in Boracay. I mean, how lucky is that to be able to call the beautiful island your home? Blossom Nuda is joining us on Kababayan today, along with her daughter, who looks like her sister. They look like twins, actually. Nisha, very, very beautiful. Hello and welcome to Kababayan today.
Thank you.
Well, I guess, you know, first question is, what's it like to live in paradise?
What's it like? Well,
it's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's you're working at the same time you're playing all the time. So
Right.
it's not really like you're always working because everything is nature. So you enjoy whatever sports you wanna.
Just look at the photos. I mean, I love shoes, and I know, Nisha, you're wearing beautiful shoes, but you don't need shoes in Boracay.
Oh no, I mean, I only started wearing shoes when I moved to LA.
Right.
Yeah, like flip-flops and chinelas were like my go-to gear. I only had bikinis. I only started getting into more fashion when I moved to LA, and I was like, okay, I need more in my wardrobe.
And the sand is so fine, you don't actually need chinelas anymore because you just walk on the sand. It's fine too.
Just
I mean, barefoot.
Yeah. But so which brings me to my next question, Nisha. Why did you move to LA? Why did you move away?
Well, you know, I loved living on the island, but I also wanted to change, and I wanted to go to school. So I came here, and I went to college, and now I do my photography. But I'm always back and forth, but I'm still like an island girl on the inside.
Right.
You know, I have to be near the water. I have to be by the beach, and just
because of Boracay.
Yeah, because of Boracay, and like my mannerisms and just like the way that I just live my life is a very beach lifestyle.
Have you always lived in Boracay, Blossom?
Well, I moved there like more permanently in the early 90s.
Okay, so you've been there a while.
Yeah, a long time, maybe almost 30 years.
How has it grown? You know, when I was in the Philippines, I'd go to Boracay mostly every year to cover the Nesty Beach Volleyball Tournament there. Yeah. And then also I would go there for Holy Week, because in
crazy time though.
Yeah, late 90s, it wasn't as crazy. How has it grown? I know there's station 1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh. It's really developed. So many hotels. You can choose whatever restaurant you want to go. It's all year round. The tourists are coming.
It's very commercialized now.
Very commercialized.
It's commercialized, but it's still beautiful.
It's still beautiful.
In a different way.
How are people dealing with pollution? Because, you know, influx of people, influx of tourists, you can't expect them to care for the island as we do.
Well, we are trying as much to more concerned about the sewage, the garbage disposal.
Yeah.
And there are organizations from the island too, and like people, the locals who live there, who do like beach cleanups, and you know, they try to be more aware of just the environment, because it's such a small island.
Exactly.
It's only, we have the tricycles, electric tricycles now.
Electric, so good. Yeah, so it helps with air pollution.
Yes.
Right. But also, you know, what I miss about Boracay is because there's so many foreigners who go for vacation and love it so much that they end up living there. And at that time, when I was frequenting the place, the only way for them to earn a living while living in Boracay was putting up their restaurants. So they would have authentic Italian, authentic German, authentic whatever kind of cuisine, right? Is it still there?
Yeah.
Like
that's why you have so many
choices.
I'm already getting hungry just talking about it. What do you miss about Boracay now that you live in LA?
I just miss, to be honest, the people. The people is what makes a place, you know what I mean? So that combined with like the blue water and then the fine sand is just so beautiful. And I just miss the laid back attitude. And it's just so beautiful. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, this is what is also very magical about it and interesting. It's laid back, but there's so many things to do. If you want to just not do anything, then go ahead. But then if you want to be more active, there are different sports. They just still do the banana boat.
Yeah, we do everything.
And kite surfing.
Kite surfing.
Tell us about kite surfing, because you run a school there. Is that why you moved to Boracay, or are you one of those?
No, I was already there.
So you just wanted to move first, and then you found a way.
I was a backpacker when I first discovered Boracay.
Cool mom.
Yeah,
Lisa?
I'm so lucky. And it's her birthday today too.
Oh my gosh,
Thank
I didn't.
you.
Happy
Yeah, thank you
birthday.
very
We
much.
should have a cake here. Anyway, go ahead. Happy birthday
So
music.
I started to go to this ati-atihan in Calibo, and I was asking one of the natives, where can I go for? To Santan.
Yeah.
Just go to Boracay, and this was like in the early 80s.
Uh-huh.
So when I went there, I saw the place. It was like, wow, you know, it's really a virgin. There's no lights, no electricity, no nothing.
Yeah.
So we used to have this music by just battery.
Uh-huh.
It was really beautiful. There were like maybe 3-4 resorts at the time. That's it.
And then you fell in love. You wanted to live there.
Yeah, I wanted to live there. So as the years go by, I used to just go there, you know, like anytime I can.
Yeah.
And I finally moved back in the late 90s.
Late 90s. And
Yes.
then you started your kite surfing school
Yeah.
years later?
Yeah, this was like 8 years ago.
8 years ago. Okay,
Yes.
so you've been kite surfing as well.
Yes.
For how long now?
For like 6-7 years.
Okay, tell us about the sport. I myself am not very
Okay,
familiar
it's
with
a-
kite
it's a
surf. See?
surface.
Yeah, her face just lit up. Okay.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a surface water sports.
Okay.
Okay, so you combine some aspects of windsurfing,
Okay.
surfing, maybe paragliding,
Okay.
wakeboarding,
Ah.
and gymnastics, because you do a lot of tricks, movements.
Okay, we'll talk a little bit more about that, about kite surfing in Boracay, about going to Boracay, and we'll give you a chance to go. Details when we return. Don't go away.